Welcome back, everybody. This is video 2 of our mini ammo can build. This is everything that you're going to need to accomplish this step. And get this little box right here to where it's functional. You got something you can use. And I know it looks like a lot of stuff, but you know what? It's pretty simple. You pretty much can get access to any of this stuff. I would start first with the hardware. And these are some 832 stainless bevel screws. They're about ½ inch deep. These actually, they're not Phillips head, they're Allen head, but that's all I could find. So I think they're going to look pretty cool once I put them on there. I got 4 of these. So let's see if you can see that 832, right? You see that? Right there, by ½ inch. Then we'll get some lock nuts to go with that, and I think we're getting about 10 of these. Also 832 lock nuts. You can see that. This is optional. These are some 3/8 inch or 10 millimeter cable clamps. We can get some of those if you want. They're pretty cheap. They come in handy. I'll show you where we're going to use those. Of course, your battery box, you got that already. You got your bezel that came with your USB charger slash cigarette lighter slash battery meter. Okay, it's that. Drill, needle nose pliers, an X-Acto blade like that to trim some of the flash, a lead pencil. This is a 1-inch bit. I don't have anything bigger, so I'm going to have to use a Dremel over there to actually make the holes a little bit bigger. This, if you have this, this is the perfect size for these holes right here, which is 9/64. If you don't have it, don't sweat it. You can get away with using a more standard 1/8 inch drill bit. And of course, a ruler. And that's all you're going to need to get started. So, what do you say? Let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take this box, and you see this has like little notches up here. These are actually going to go on top, and this is for the covers. So we're going to set this up like right about there, and we're going to eyeball this. We're going to try and center it as best we can, like that, pushed up right to these ribs, if you can see those, right to those ribs right there. Yeah, let's get it right there. Okay, so here's a close-up. We're pushing it right up to those ribs. We're going to hold it down. As long as that looks centered, I think we're right on target. Right as it starts to curve, that's where our corner comes in. We're going to take our lead pencil, and we're going to go around a few times in each circle, each big circle. Like that. Like that. I'm going to do a couple of these little ones. Let's do that again. And do some of these little ones. Make sure we're getting something in here. Right there. Right there. The main thing is to get those big ones. Hey, there we go. Right there. Looks like we're pretty on target. Look at that. It's just touching that label on either side. Next thing we want to do is we want to try to find what exactly half of that circle is. So I'm just kind of guesstimating about there. We'll draw a little line here, a little line here. We'll go lengthwise, try to find about where half of that circle is. I'm thinking right about there. See how that looks. No, not necessarily. Maybe right there. Right about there. And what about this side right here? Like right about there. Okay, that's approximate. That's approximately where we want to be. Then we'll take our drill bit, pop that in there real quick. Here we go. good times. Here we go. We're going to hold it over here. Let me turn this way a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. And try to position it in there. Make sure that we're approximately equidistant on all sides and give it a shot. Nice and easy. You don't want to push down real hard. Let the tool do the job. There you go. It'd be nice, I guess, if I could fit this a little better, but here we go. Actually, not too bad. It's almost got a perfect hole, and it's almost perfectly centered with just the right amount on either side. Okay, let me see if I can bring that up a little closer. You can see that. Okay, super duper. Let's do the other one. Right about here. Okay, let's see how that looks, and not quite. Let's move it over. We're just going to be looking right on top of this here just to make sure got it equidistant all the way around. Got it exactly right there. Let's see. Not entirely comfortable with that yet. Move it over a little bit. And I'm just going to turn that around and just make sure we're kind of even on all sides. That looks pretty good. So let me bring it back here. Like right about there, and let's do it. Okay, so here we are. The second circle was a little bit off, but as you can see, I'm still in the lines. Got a little bit more material up here, but this is acceptable. We're close. We haven't gone outside of our lines. We have something to work with. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our bezel back on here like this. We're going to center that as best as possible. We're going to hold it down real tight, and we're going to drill 4 holes while we're holding this. If you're not comfortable holding this, tape it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're good to go. There we go. That's it. Okay, so our next move is to take our little pieces out here. This one and this one. That. And we're going to take this nut off like this. Just slide it off. We're going to take this little rubber seal off. And remove that. Perfect. Let's get the other one off. There we go. And take this one off. Like that. Now, we're going to flip this thing around. This is the front. See these little notches? We're going to want these on top. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one ring like that, set it down behind it. I'm going to take the other ring, set it down. There's a little indentation there, like that. Fit it in there. And then we're going to take this, and we're going to lay it right down over this. Like that, and line up our holes. Right about there, right about there. Okay. And we're going to take one screw, like this, set it in there, bring it down, get another one, and see that? This. set it down. Let's get our third one. Oops. Like that. And there should be another one floating around here. There it is. Right here. Let's get that one in there. And there it is. Okay, that's our basis right there. Here's our USB. Here's our 12 volt. We're going to open up our wing nuts, our locking nuts I mean. A little bit of flashing on the inside, we'll take that out. I don't know if you can see that. We can just scrape that off with our knife. See, like right about there like that. Just scrape that off. A little bit of flashing, we'll just get rid of that. And we might take some of our clamps that we have here. Let's grab one. I'll just pop one on here. These should fit. Kind of slide in like this a little bit. Okay. Let's see if that'll fit. Yeah, those are a little tight. We might have to drill those out. Actually, just turn them around a little bit. That'll work. I'll just put that in like that for right now. And we'll take out our wing nuts. I keep saying wing nuts. These are lock nuts, I'm sorry. Our little lock nuts, that's what they look like. I'll just put one on here like this. Another one on here. And drop one. You see how that's going? You see them in there? I'll put 4 of these on here. There we go. Let's take this out for the time being. And put in our last lock nut. Like that. Now we should be able to just tighten these down. And we can use this thing for that. We can use our needle nose. Should be fine. It shouldn't be unscrewing them. Those are in there pretty tight. There we go. There you go. And that's good. We don't want it on a really super tight, but just to get them a little bit snug, and it should be fine. It'll take us to the next step, because we might have to undo these and put on some of those clamps or do something else with them. But there you go. You see that in there? That's what they came out like. Okay, so now we've got our little lock nuts in there. You can see that. Now we're going to take our Dremel. Oh, actually it looks pretty nice. And we're going to remove some of this material so we can get a nice fit of our pieces in here. So let's just switch this on. This is at about 4. Alright, let's see how that fits. Let's take the one. Nope, not good enough. Still too tight. Alright, we gotta go some more. Here we go. Let's try it again. See how we're doing now. Hey, much better. Alright, looks like we might be able to do it here. Okay, I'm going to take this one out. This looks like it'll be good. Let's try the other side. The other side might need a little more. So I'm going to take out a little bit more material and we'll be able to get those fitted in there. Okay, here we go. Take a little bit more. Okay, I'm kind of comfortable with that. I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to clean this thing up. We got a little bit of flashing in here, so we're going to remove that with our X-Acto. So we don't want any of that stuff in there, so I'll just scrape some of that off, like that. Scrape some of this off, like that. Okay. And I got a little vacuum in here, so we'll turn that on, get all the stuff out of there, all the little shavings. Remove that. That'd be nice if I plugged it in. Absolutely brilliant if I plugged it in. Okay, let's plug it in. So many details. It's just easier to do it than it is to show somebody how to do it, but here we go. Okay, that's it. Ammo box is nice and clean. Next, we're going to take our battery. We're going to drop in our battery like right about here, like that. And we're going to take our first fuse, we're just going to lay it down on its side. And that's upright like that. We're just going to screw that in a little bit. It's a nice fit we got going on there like that. Let's see how that's looking here. It's still a little tight. Didn't start it off straight enough here, so let's try it again. It's still not enough. Let's try the other side here. about this one? Okay. Yeah, that one's going good. Okay. Super duper. That one's in. This one, I'm going to take a little bit material off with this knife. I think we got a little bit too much right here, and it's just hanging up. I'm going to use a blade to remove some excess. Like that. We might have a little bit more there. Like that. We want the switch on the bottom. Let's try it this way. Here we go. Okay. Now we got those in. Like that. Okay. I'm going to take these rings. Just going to push this up a little bit. Try to squeeze a ring under there. And just get it going a little bit. I have to pop these up just a hair. Still a little bit too tight, but I'd rather have them tight than loose. So, let's see. See if we can pop this one out without breaking anything. Yeah, maybe let's, maybe I shouldn't have forced this in right away, but I want to see if I could probably, let me see if I could kind of torque this out, because this in are kind of tight, I can't get it out. So let's see if I could kind of unscrew it a little bit, maybe make it a little bigger so that it doesn't fit in as tightly. Here, I'm getting out there a little bit. There we go, it's coming out slowly. And notice I am not putting this wrench on the threads. I'm actually doing it on the body, and there's a smooth part of it. But yeah, you know, this is the first time I've ever built one on a box like this, so I know you guys are probably thinking, man, this guy doesn't know what he's doing, but it's all part of design, build, and customization. There we go. I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger, and hopefully we'll be able to slide it in, and I'll show you guys how to get the rings in. I'm struggling with this. I really am. Okay. Alright, we got it out. Let's see here. Let's take more material off. So it's just still kind of tight in there. Alright. There we go. Very good. A little bit off more on, a little bit more off on this one. Not so bad. Not horrible. There we go. There we go. This is a pretty tight tolerance. Normally we have some leeway in here, but okay. Let's try it again. On-off switch on the bottom. Alright, a little bit easier to work with now. We're going to take the ring, put it behind this thing like that, And then as we're pushing it in, we're going to start screwing the ring down. Okay, so there we go. Now we got it. And that should not be a big problem for us. Now, haha, we got this. Let's straighten that out a little bit. Good. Tighten it down. Hey, not horrible. Look at that. That looks pretty good. Let's do the same thing with the other side. If I could find the ring and I didn't lose it. There it is. Okay. I'll put this in like this. Let's see. Top, bottom, it doesn't matter. Just going to go in like that. Yeah, it's still a little tight. Let's open that up a little bit. Get rid of some of this flashing here. I'll tell you, an X-Acto blade is really a super great tool. Okay. Again, we're just going to put it in a little bit here on the back. Start pushing it through. As we're doing that, I'm going to fill this in like this. Start turning this knurled ring. You see how that looks? Like that. So that it clears the battery. This is kind of a tight fit. You know, this is pretty exacting work here, but I think there we go. All right, we got it. We'll tighten that down. Let's bring that around a little bit. Let's get that like right about there. So you have the prongs sticking out like that. You guys see that? Okay, there it is. Okay. Tighten that down a little bit more. As tight as I can do it with my hands. There we go. Okay, that's it. It clears everything. It just clears the battery. We're looking good. I'm going to take a break because I'm like breathing heavy trying to get this in, but I think we got it. And come back in 10 seconds and we'll put this together.